Good morning and welcome to our presentation on the Armsafe. My name's Georgia Howard, Emily and Marko.
From working as a waitress working as a waitress and being in a restaurant environment on a day-to-day basis has made me aware of the problems that the employers face. One of these problems being injuries sustained by burns. The Armsafe is a protective layer which provides a barrier between the skin and the plates. It's produced from cardboard and is going to be disposable, but used like on a daily basis, so maybe 5 or 6 would be used in the restaurant per day, so it would equal 150 per month. We're hoping to reach around 100 restaurants in the first month and up to 1,000 within the first year, selling £60 a month's worth to each restaurant a month.
There is 25 billion market worth in restaurants alone, with 560,000 employees and 500 restaurants alone in the UK.
In the first month of trading, we hope to achieve £72,000 cost of sales. No, in the first year, sorry, £72,000 worth, and a profit of this figure of £25,000 in the first year. Thanks for listening. Have you got any questions?
What do people use now?
The only major thing they use in the restaurants is we've filled out a questionnaire and we've done market research. All that, and Emily's got experience, she works as a waitress. All there is on the market at the minute is they use a cloth or a tray.
Right, so something that's
yeah, there's no like product.
There's brands of products out there, there's only like an alternative.
The one thing that I did pick up on, it was the product that when you've got a prototype developed and so on, it will be a throwaway product. Is there any way that it could be made as a machine washable product or easy clean? Because with the best will in the world, it's a really hard sell to get a business to buy something and then throw it away and then buy some more. Yeah. It's brilliant for you three, it's a great business.
We thought of it more as in more sales for us, but I'm sure we could be like an integrated washable kind of product as well. Just have to change the material.
Can you talk me through the product? You say it's made out of cardboard, so how is that going to stop the burns for the person using it?
Basically, we tested our prototypes, and just by having like a 1/2-inch protective layer of cardboard on the arm and like protecting the thumb and 5th finger and then wrapping around the fingers, the heat didn't transfer through, and it was just the actual contact with the skin that was burning the plates.
So as people, if you're working in a restaurant, you're delivering, but then you're also doing other things with your arms, so you're going to have to actually physically remove this to then do other things. So
it just basically just slides on and off. It's not like attached by a strap or anything.
If it's cardboard, how does the plates grip onto it? Is it not a slippery surface?
It's kind of just, say like a corrugated cardboard box, it's kind of just like a rough matte surface, and we've tested it and it just grips. We did try putting slits in it as well, like push, so they push down, so like the plates actually slide into slits.
In terms of the aesthetics, I'm sort of following on from Amanda's point about the aesthetics of the product, if it's going to be slid on and off. What's that going to look like? I'm thinking in a fine dining environment, somebody coming up and they've got a piece of cardboard on there. I mean, lots of waiters and waitresses.
Well, we were aiming more at, say, like pub serving food, and like I work in Nando's, which was my main that's why I kind of designed it for that kind of environment, rather than like silver service or.
And there's a number of points that have been made about a disposable product versus a reusable, washable product, but also then the aesthetics on top of that, and as my colleagues have pointed out, switching between carrying a plate and doing other activities as a waiter or waitress. If you had one that was slightly more aesthetically pleasing, that was made of textiles instead of cardboard, that was washable, that actually had the flexibility where the waitress or waiter did not have to remove it. It was just part of their uniform that they put on at the beginning of the shift and took it off at the end of the shift and put it in a washing machine. I think that probably could be a further product development that you should consider, really.
Can you talk me through your marketing strategy for the product?
Our marketing strategies, because it's industry, it's not going to be advertised to like local people. So we're going to attend trade shows and put the product in trade magazines.
Can I ask what your costs would be and where would you be manufacturing? Can you tell me a bit more about that?
Our costs were £54,000.
We plan to manufacture the product for around 20p and sell it for around 40.
Okay. So 20p unit cost, does that include distribution and?
Yeah.
Okay.
And would you be manufacturing in the UK?
Yeah.
Could you see a market where you like Nando's, you could get them, it could be branded?
That's what the idea was, to get whatever the restaurant was, the logo or the company colours branded, like printed onto it.
When you say a cardboard, I think of a cardboard box, but in actual fact, if I was running the restaurant, I'd want it to look a lot better than just a cardboard box. So does your manufacturing or do your manufacturing costs actually include a better quality, or is it recyclable cardboard?
Yeah.
You know, have you thought about those aspects? A nice white, clean piece of cardboard rather than a brown.
Yeah.
What have you made any thoughts about that?
At the minute, that 20p manufacturing cost is just for the cardboard. So I think if they were to like want the brand on it or get like the logo on it or whatever, it'd increase the manufacturing cost.
True.
But that's dependent on what restaurant it is and what they want.
Can I just ask about just taking a step back and looking at the actual need for the product? Yes, there are hundreds of thousands of restaurants and hundreds of thousands of people working in restaurants. How many people in the UK, how many waiters or waitresses in the UK were burnt last year carrying plates?
Well, I know that in my restaurant alone, there was probably in the past 2 months, there's been about 8 severe cases. So.
Okay, right. And they've been hospitalised or they've had to receive medical treatment as a result, and as Nando's or the employer had to compensate for that?
It hasn't been like taken anywhere further forward than that, obviously. But
okay.
Maybe you should do a personal injury course.
So your pitch to Nando's would be about their staff?
Yeah, their staff welfare. Yeah.
I mean, I'm sure like a well-established company like Nando's or any like restaurant chain, the staff welfare is like a major important factor what they need to take consideration for.
Sure. Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay. Thanks very much. Thank you.
Thanks for your time.
Bye.